So Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his visit to Moscow after in fact meeting the Indian diaspora, they're paying his respects to this memorial, the Unknown Soldiers Memorial. This is right at the heart of the city of Moscow, in fact near Kremlin, where this memorial is built. And the Prime Minister, these are to honor the soldiers, those who lost their lives during the campaign, the Russian campaign in World War II. Prime Minister laying the wreath there and of course paying his respects. Remember, it's a two-day important visit of the Prime Minister to Russia, and one of the program of course is to honor the soldiers, those who have laid down their lives and played an important role in the Second World War. So Prime Minister at the tomb of the unknown soldiers in Moscow. You know, hundreds and thousands of Russian military men and women lost their lives during the campaign against Germany in World War II. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Vasudha Venugopal, who is joining us at this moment with more details on this. Vasudha, a lot of ceremonial programs there, a gesture there by the Indian Prime Minister paying his respects to the fallen Russian soldiers in World War II.
Absolutely. This is a very important location. In fact, it's also a poignant minute for the Prime Minister. This place, the tomb of the unknown soldier, is in memory of all those soldiers who died as part of Soviet Union in the Second World War. In fact, there were hundreds of them who died, and in fact, like experts say, this tomb is dedicated to the memory of the martyrs, and it basically says that your name is unknown, but your deeds are not unknown. So this is like the Rajghat that we have. That's what experts say. And in fact, there are also instances where couples after their wedding actually go there to pay their tribute. So this is an important way of the country dedicating a large part of its tributes to the memory of those people who actually spent a lot of time building it. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi going there is also a sign of how he respects the kind of traditions that Russia has had. Remember, this was immediately after the community event that he addressed, at a hotel here. In fact, he spoke about increasing, strong ties between Russia and India. He said that India and Russia have been all the fair friends, and in fact, there has been a lot of insistence on steadiness of their friendship. In fact, there's been never a bad patch in their relationship, and it's only going to grow stronger. That's what he said. Also, specifically talking about some areas of his governance which are also going to gain a lot of momentum, and he also is believed to have talked about the war between Ukraine and Russia that has prolonged for over 2 years now. In fact, what we hear from sources is that India has specified that no solution comes from a battlefield, and India and Russia and Ukraine need to sit together and sort of, agree that dialogue and diplomacy is the only way forward. It's an action-packed day for the Prime Minister today. He goes from here. Of course, he will also be taking part in restricted level talks and also delegation level talks. After that, of course, he will also depart for Austria. And that is important because he's the first Prime Minister in 41 years to visit the country of Austria. He will also be going to the atom exhibition with President Putin today. So in 24 hours, in almost 30 hours that he's in Russia, he gets about 8 to 10 hours with President Putin, which is huge. And this is the first proper bilateral meeting between the two leaders happening almost after a gap of 3 years, and we can expect many announcements, especially the economic sector. And one important announcement has already come forward. It's not an announcement, but it is something that we know from our sources, is that Russia has already decided that it will expedite the early release of those Indians who had been misled into joining the Russian military, and that they will be sort of like, they will be released soon. This is something that India has been pressurizing Russia for. So that is in some ways a huge takeaway from this meeting.
Thank you, Vasudha, for joining us with all those details. Vasudha Venugopal reporting from Moscow.